Lawrence Diary, 21 March 2026. I'm back. After 3.5 months, I'm here with you again. As one of my favorite content creators once did many years ago, this video starts with an apology. Since the pandemic, I had never completely stopped making videos, but this time I found myself in some really harsh circumstances and it became impossible for me to focus on creativity. So, where should I start? Maybe from the beginning. It was September 2025 and something went terribly wrong. I felt broken, burned out. If you know me well, you know I usually try to push myself to the limit, to do everything I want to do, but in that moment, everything became too much. I felt buried by a landslide of my own mountain. Everything started to feel pointless. Every effort to keep the channel going left me feeling hollow inside. Why should I continue making a video every week if nobody seems to care? That guy you saw in those videos, was that really me? Or was it just a mask? An imperfect story that no longer belonged to me? Those questions tore me apart, and I tried to keep going. At first it became one video every 2 weeks, then one every month, and then at the beginning of December I stopped completely. As if that heaviness wasn't enough, another problem appeared. If you don't know me personally, you might know that in my everyday life I work as a Java developer. I work for a consultancy company and my assignment simply ended. So during these last 3 months I was also dealing with a lot of worries and uncertainty. I had to adapt to new and more modern technologies, so I studied a lot, did many interviews, and eventually I found another job. That situation occupied most of my mind during these months. I had a lot of things to sort out and I needed time to understand how and if I wanted to start making videos again. But now, here I am, again with you, with my adventures, my thoughts, myself, finally here to write another imperfect line of this story with my crooked Italian accent. But guys, after 3.5 months, do you really think I would come back exactly like before? No. Those 3 months were a kind of gestation period for a new version of me, someone that in truth had already been slowly coming into being over the past few years. During these months I dedicated myself to a different kind of creativity and also to my spiritual path. I started practicing yoga, which was an amazing discovery for me. I started writing poems with a mythopoetic flavor. I traveled to Bologna and the clips you are seeing right now are from that trip. And I spent a lot of time working deeply on myself. I was searching for something that could help me reconnect with myself, something that could allow me to create again like before, but this time with my own rhythm, my own style, my own momentum, because my mind is full of passions and I couldn't wait to talk to you about them. But first I had to find the right way to do it. And then one day, after an amazingly intense yoga class, and while I was in the shower, because of course every great idea comes in the shower, I remembered a very old format from when this was still an Italian channel, the famous Diario di Mr. Livingstone. And suddenly everything made sense again, talking to you about everything that moves through my mind while sharing with you some images from my wanderings. So yeah, expect everything, from Friedrich Nietzsche to poetry, from music to animals, from photography to travel, everything. Because in the end, I'm a wandering alchemist, someone who simply cannot stop thinking. And for me, thinking means living life to the fullest. Curiosity and creativity are the deepest flame inside me, so what should you expect from this comeback? Well, maybe I will be a little slower in producing videos. There probably won't be new content every week, but every time I publish something, it will be not just be content. It will be a person sharing his own perspective from some distant corner of the world. So, I'm ready, guys. Let's restart from here.